Guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. Everything would begin when Son Goku activated for the first time the Ultra Instinct against Jiren, with the help of Genkidama. In that same instant, the great priest Daishinkan would be very thoughtful to observe how a simple mortal had reached the state that many gods longed to possess, and that despite training for thousands of years, they were not able to activate it. The Saiyan of Universe 7 Son Goku really is a being that gives us many surprises. Has managed to activate the Ultra Defensive Instinct, but still plans to attack. Everything would continue normally until the moment Son Goku reached the maximum power of Ultra Instinct. Daishinkan could be surprised because the Saiyan Son Goku was able to rise to the top of all the gods. With this, there's no doubt. Lord Goku will be my successor, and he'll be more powerful than any priest from any other multiverse. At the end of the Tournament of Power, all would return to their respective universes. All the beings of Universe 7 were on planet Earth, with some later when Frieza and Broly had arrived on planet Earth, and with the victory of Gogeta, after approximately 3 days of this event, the Great Priest would appear on planet Earth. However, he would not find Son Goku anywhere, until at that moment he had met with Master Roshi. "Oh, Great Master Roshi, one question. Do you know where Son Goku is?"
Of course I do. From what I understood, he has gone to train on Kyo-sama's planet.
Thank you very much. With your permission. Daishinkan would leave quickly. He would arrive in a matter of seconds. That's right, the speed of Daishinkan possessed was tons of times superior to Whis. The moment he arrived, he would be able to observe Lord Goku training. "Lord Goku, no matter how powerful you are, you always want to surpass all your limits. That's what we want in the realm of everything."
Damn it! I can't activate the Ultra Instinct again!
"I can help you with that, Mr. Goku." Goku and Kyo-sama went back to where the voice came from, realizing that it was the High Priest Kyo-sama was very nervous, as he didn't know how to react to one of the most powerful beings in all the universes.
Daishinkan-sama, is it true what you said? Can you help me awaken the Ultra Instinct again?
That's right, Goku, because I'll personally train you so that in the future you'll be able to protect your friend Zeno-Sama. Goku would be very surprised by what he heard, since he just wanted to be more powerful, and he didn't want any divine charges.
Thank you very much, Daishinkan-sama, but I don't wish to be the new High Priest.
Only if you accept will I be able to train you, since the training I plan to give you is a high-ranking divine world, where only priest candidates can enter. Goku, much more intrigued and knowing that he could also protect all universes, Goku to accept without thinking so much. In that case, come with me, Lord Goku.
Of course! Thank you very much, Kyo-sama. I'll go train with the High Priest.
Daishinkan and Son Goku would quickly disappear in an instant. The moment they arrived at the realm of everything, Daishinkan would explain everything that had happened to Zeno-Sama, who would accept it immediately and very happy. "Of course, Daishinkan. Train Son Goku to be my most powerful guardian in the future." "As you command, great Zeno-Sama. Lord Goku, I hope you're prepared for my training, for you will wish to die."
No matter if my bones are destroyed, I'll accept it now because I know that I can become much more powerful than I am now.
That way, let's begin. First, we'll increase your base power, so that you'll enter the divine dimension. You'll not be crushed by the pressure. At that moment, Daishinkan would begin to unlock the hidden power of Son Goku. That's right, what they needed first was to combine all his power, since the High Priest had realized that within his evil part had remained 50% of all his power. If they could combine both powers, Son Goku's power would not only double, perhaps it could even multiply 6 times more by uniting all his Saiyan cells.
After a month, Daishoken would manage to unite both consciousness. The result of this had been that Son Goku would be much more serious than before and didn't trust any warrior. That is, he had taken the cold personality of a Saiyan while still loving all his family and loved ones. Zeno-Sama, thanks so much for this month. I've been able to release 100% of my ability as a Saiyan. I'm very grateful. Now, I'm ready to enter the dimension. It's not time yet, Son Goku. Now that we have united all your power, we'll increase your base state so that each transformation you will be much more powerful. I understand, Master. At that moment, Daishoken and Son Goku would begin to train very hard. The trainings generally were about combats and to lift great weights, in order to strengthen much more of their bones and be able to support all the power that fell on the Saiyans. Meanwhile, on the planet of the God Destroyer Beerus, this of equal form was training, since he didn't wish to be surpassed by Son Goku. Whis, starting today, I want to be much stronger training than the one you gave to Son Goku and Vegeta. Well, Mr. Beerus, after so many years you have asked me to train seriously again. The only thing you did was to keep in shape, but you didn't care about your power. Of course, wasn't worried about my power since I'm a prodigy and the most powerful god of all the universes. But when I realized the power of Son Goku, I can't let myself be overcome so easily. I won't let him leave me behind. I understand, Mr. Beerus. You also want to master the Ultra Instinct to its maximum splendor, as far as I can tell. No, Whis. I want to master the Ultra Instinct and the Ultra Ego, and then combine both doctrines. What you're asking for is something that's never been realized. Exactly. I want to be the first god to take my status beyond that of a supreme god. I want to possess both great powers and be able to combine them. I don't know what will happen, but of course I'll train you, Mr. Beerus. At that same moment, the great training of the god Beerus had begun his training. Meanwhile, on planet Earth, the Prince of the Saiyans likewise did not want to be left behind, so he was training in the gravity machines. Damn it! I won't let Kakarot's insight become much more powerful than me, so I'll reach the Ultra Instinct. Vegeta would also continue with his great training. After a certain period of time where Beerus and Vegeta needed a training partner, Whis would go to planet Earth in search of the Prince of the Saiyans. Mr. Vegeta, Mr. Beerus has requested your presence, as he wishes to train with you. I think that's excellent, since I also need a training partner. Right, Whis? Don't you know where the Kakarot bug is? No, Mr. Vegeta, as far as I can tell, Mr. Goku is not in Universe 7. Vegeta, a little serious, would say to himself, So you too, Kakarot. You're looking for a way to break all your limits. I think this is excellent. Whis and the Prince of the Saiyans would go all over the universe until he reached the planet of Beerus. However, Beerus would not give him any time because at that precise moment he would launch himself against Vegeta, who was with his training always had his guard up, being able to dodge a sneaky hit. So we start strong. I think this is excellent. Vegeta at that moment would return the blow, and likewise Beerus would be able to dodge without any difficulty. That moment, both warriors began to exchange fists at high speed, which only Whis was able to observe. Wow, I can tell you've been training, Vegetation. I could say the same thing. The power you possess now doesn't compare to at least the power you possessed before. After some time, Whis would interpret the fight, ending it. Both of you have a great level of power, but you think too much when attacking, and your opponents can take advantage of that. Especially you, Vegeta. I know, Whis. Can't relax my body completely. Mr. Beerus, you train on your own because if you want to increase your battle level, you need a being that is powerful as you or even surpass you. I understand, Whis. Beerus would leave to train on another planet while Whis, observing the destructive style of the Saiyan Vegeta, would come to the conclusion that his doctrine could not be the Ultra Instinct since this was the state of peace and calm, very contrary to the Ultra Ego, which the state was chaos and destruction. Mr. Vegeta, you'll be able to master the Ultra Ego at 100% of its full power. Ultra Ego? That's right, it's the opposite of Ultra Instinct, and likewise all your senses increase. Not as much as Ultra Instinct, but unlike Ultra Instinct, all your energy will be a destructive aura, and likewise it is a maximum defense. How's it supposed to be a maximum defense if it doesn't enhance my senses like Ultra Instinct?
Sometimes you Saiyans only use your head to fight. It'll be a maximum defense because if any warrior with a higher level power than yours makes contact with your aura, it will disappear and will not leave your atoms of you behind.
I understand. Ready to reach the Ultra Ego. I'll surpass Kakarot.
Vegeta's training would begin to reach the Ultra Ego, returning to Zeno-Sama's castle. Goku had already increased his power in an overwhelming way. So much, he had increased his power that only by transforming into Super Saiyan, he was able to defeat a destroyer god. With his divine phases, he was able to face an angel, but he still didn't have the power to defeat them.
The power you've obtained in this month and a half has been amazing. Apparently you're a prodigy of the Saiyan race.
I'm not, but training and effort will always beat talent.
I agree with you, Mr. Goku. Let's train for another half month and we'll be able to enter this dimension.
As you wish, Master.
Daishinkan and Son Goku would continue training, where even the Guardians were watching them and were a little surprised by the progress Son Goku was able to achieve.
The talent of this mortal surpasses even many of our species, and with the effort he uses every day, he's capable of surpassing all of us. He'll be the most powerful guardian in any multiverse.
In that half month, the High Priest was able to make Son Goku regain his tail.
With your tail, you'll be able to release great power, since in it sleeps the destructive power of the Uzaru. But you must master that form and you'll reach Super Saiyan Phase 4.
I always lose control, but I'll try.
You will now possess great divine power, so I trust you.
Goku would begin to transform into Uzaru. However, all his fur was a bright white color. That's right, the power of Son Goku had completely been combined with his Ultra Instinct. After a few minutes, where the entire palace of Zeno-Sama was destroyed, a large explosion could be seen. Son Goku, which had changed its appearance to a much more intimidating way. Goku had created a great light all around him. That's right, Goku had to access the Super Saiyan Phase 4 Celestial, since his fur was a bright white color which made him look like a being at the top. With the power, he was able to beat some angels of lesser power. But with the Angel Whis of Universe 7, he would have a very even battle, because Whis was the most powerful angel among the 12.
The power of that mortal god with the transformations is incredible. I can't believe it. In a matter of approximately 2 months, he's achieved results that even deities like us take years to achieve.
The power that I possess is now amazing. I can't believe all the ki that runs through my body. I feel that I could kill any being.
Congratulations, Goku. From that moment on, you'll have the transformation activated so that you can control all the energy drain.
I understand, Master. I'll do what you ask me, since thanks to your knowledge I have reached all this majestic power.
I congratulate you, my friend. You're becoming a being that'll be hard to surpass.
Thank you, Zenchan. And all this power will be to protect you.
Goku and Daishinkan continued training for approximately 1 more week. At the end of the week, Goku would ask to go to the planet Earth because he wanted to visit all his family and friends. At that moment, Daishinkan saw a great opportunity because he wanted his disciple to face the most powerful angel of all the universes.
Oh, Mr. Goku, but first we must pay a visit to the planet Beerus.
Sure, no problem.
Daishinkan and Goku would leave quickly to Universe 7 at an incredible speed. Meanwhile, in those 3 weeks, the Prince of the Saiyans had been able to master all his power and reach Ultra Ego. Although he did not master it 100%, he could only master 54%.
Whis, the power I have now is amazing. I can't believe it. Now I'll be able to defeat Kakarot's insect.
I doubt it, Vegeta. You still have a long way to go to be at my level. But that's Mr. Goku's voice.
At that moment, a portal would open out of the same Daishinkan and Son Goku, but everyone would be surprised to observe how Son Goku's appearance had changed too much, and by the clothes he was wearing. Beerus, who was able to feel the ki, was more advanced than Vegeta, was able to observe the aura of Son Goku as that of a giant. That's right, the aura of Vegeta, and his looked tiny next to the aura of Son Goku.
What kind of training has Son Goku been doing? His power surpasses us by dozens of times. I don't understand the level he's at now.
God Destroyer Beerus and Whis, I'm here with Lord Goku, and I wish him for you, Whis, the most powerful angel of all the universes, to face him.
Are you serious, Father? I wouldn't want to hurt Lord Goku. Don't worry, Whis, but you better not underestimate me, or you'll get badly hurt. That's not Mr. Goku's attitude. He's more serious, and it seems he doesn't trust his opponents at all.
There is nothing more to say. Let them begin.
At that precise moment, Goku would move at a speed that neither Beerus nor Vegeta were able to follow. They only observed how Whis would be able to ascend flying to some mountains, falling without any defense. Goku would appear in front of everyone with his fur all shining.
What the hell happened? I wasn't able to observe anything. Is that really Kakarot? His power has surpassed even that of a destroyer god with ease.
Well, now I understand why I don't trust you, Mr. Goku. Your power increased in an incredible way, but with that alone you won't be able to defeat me. I already knew that, because if I defeated you with a simple attack, you wouldn't have to be called the most powerful angel of all the universes. Whis at that moment would increase his power to the maximum, since he felt that if he didn't give his all on the battlefield, he wouldn't be able to do anything. Goku and Whis began to exchange blows all around. At that moment, Daishinkan would create a small sphere of energy in his finger and would throw it at the whole planet and would create a giant barrier so that no planet on the universe would be affected. Whis' power is amazing, but unlike him, I'm only using 67% of my full power. Whis at that moment would give him a powerful blow, which would make him go through some mountains around him. I don't think he'll be able to get up from that hit. Father, Son Goku's power is incredible, but he is not yet able at the level of a supreme level of angel like me.
Whis, don't be so confident. You might have a big surprise.
At that moment, the whole planet of Beerus would start to shake, and he would come with Goku from the crater at a great speed. And Goku increased his speed so much that even in a moment, Whis lost him from Whis just feeling a huge pain in his abdomen. That's right, Goku had given him a great blow, which would make him spit blood.
I can't believe it. Goku was able to make Whis bite the ground. He has left him in a terrible condition with just one hit. No, that wasn't a single blow. That blow was Kakarot Insect's dealt to Whis was extremely powerful. It would have been able to finish any of us off.
Whis was on the ground writhing in pain and was not able to do anything at all. At that moment, Goku would bend down to the ground and grab him by the hair while he created an energy sword in his hand.
You should have never trusted me. The power I possess now is capable of killing a supreme level angel. I'm Kakarot, the Saiyan that was raised on Earth.
Toon Grunz, the blow that you've given me has stopped all of my energy veins.
That's right. I combined my blows with angelic energy to be able to stop all the energy veins for only 5 minutes. But that battle was fatal, since only 10 seconds would be enough to finish you off.
At that moment, Goku would stand up while Whis would remain on the ground badly injured. At that moment, Daishinkan would approach Whis and begin to heal him quickly.
Son Goku's the winner.
Vegeta would approach Goku.
Kakarot, is that you? How do you have such great power?
Of course it's me, Vegeta, but I know that I must not trust any of my opponents, and I'll be the new High Priest, so I must be much more powerful. Everyone would be surprised to know that Goku would be the new High Priest.
Is that what Son Goku's really saying? Daishinkan-sama? That's right, Beerus. What Lord Goku has said is the right thing. He's my successor. Well, let him go. Thank you very much for the training. We're leaving.
Goku and Daishinkan would have to leave planet Earth quickly. Meanwhile, with Beerus, Whis, and Vegeta had all been surprised by the words that the High Priest had said to him.
Whis, did he really defeat you, or did you let him defeat you?
No, Mr. Beerus, I wasn't really able to do anything against him, and what I could notice is the amazing power he released. I'm sure it wasn't all his power.
I can't believe this, but what kind of transformation was that?
I don't know, Mr. Vegeta, but we must investigate so as not to be left behind. Even I will join your training. I'll not be overshadowed by a mortal. Meanwhile, on planet Earth, Goku had arrived with all his family and friends, given the news that he would be the new High Priest. Everyone would congratulate him for his new divine position. At that moment, Goten and Gohan would arrive in the same way, congratulating him. I'll come to see you whenever I have time, but don't stop training. And if an enemy arrives that's capable of destroying the Earth, press the button, and I'll arrive immediately. Thank you, Father. And the next time you'll come, I'll be much more powerful than now. You'll feel very proud of me, Father. I promise you. I'm already proud of you, son. You, Gohan, don't stop training either. You have an incredible hidden power. I trust you. At that moment, Goku and Daishenkin would return to training in the Kingdom of Everything to continue with their furtive training. Meanwhile, a being in the shadows was watching them, especially Son Goku.
The power of that Saiyan seems to be something great. If I manage to manipulate it, it'll be a great candidate to my army.
Goku and Daishenkin would continue training, but Goku, having his senses much more active, would feel that somewhat of an incredible negative energy was watching them. Goku in that instant would teleport quickly behind that being. Who the hell are you? And why are you spying on us? Komaru would be surprised since his ki had disappeared to zero.
How were you able to find me?
That's none of your business, but since I can see that you have no good intentions, I'll end your life this very instant. Goku at that moment had given a strong blow to Komaru, which would fall to the palace of Zeno-Sama. Goku on this occasion had not been contained, at the least hitting him with the maximum power. Daishenkin observed that the fallen would recognized him immediately.
Komaru of the neighboring multiverse, what do you want?
I may be scum or whatever, but I don't give out information from my multiverse. In that case, we'll finish you off! Goku would begin to massacre Komaru, or better said, he was torturing him. Komaru was doing what he was necessary to defend himself, but he was not able to do anything to get rid of Son Goku's attack. After 12 minutes of torture, Komaru would begin to speak. My king has sent me to all the multiverses in search of warriors of great power, since we want to be the most powerful multiverse of all. So they want to recruit warriors from other universes, or rather they want to manipulate them since their aura gives them away. Damned ones. Komaru would beg for his life, but with the new Saiyan who possessed a cold heart, he wouldn't be fooled by anything or anyone. At that moment, Goku would form a small attack and throw it at Komaru's body, turning him into simple dust.
That's what a guardian should do. Protect the integrity of his entire multiverse. But it seems strange to me that the king of the neighboring multiverses want more warriors.
What do you mean, Daishenkin-sama?
The neighboring multiverse is full of beings of great power, and their weakest warriors capable of giving me a fight. Even me.
Goku would be astonished by what the High Priest said. And that means we must become even more powerful.
You're right, Son Goku. Now you're ready to enter the divine realm, where only beings of great power are worthy to enter.
Daishenkin at that moment would create a portal where both would enter. At the moment Goku would arrive at that place, he was surprised by the ki he felt. That's right, everyone possessed an absurdly unreal battle power. I can't believe how many powerful beings are there in this place.
That's why I asked you to increase your battle level.
At that moment in front of him would appear a very beautiful woman, similar to Daishenkin. Wow, after millions of years you have returned, Daishenkin. Tell me, who is the new guy?
He's my successor.
Mikoshin would be very surprised. Mikoshin at that moment would give a strong blow to Goku, who was not able to dodge it, and in the same way increased her power a little. From the sky, fireballs would begin to fall. Goku had been sent flying hundreds of meters by a strong blow from Mikoshin. That's right, that angel had even more overwhelming power than Daishenkin itself. Goku would receive the blow in that instant would rush towards Mikoshin. However, to Goku's surprise, the power which contained 60% of all his power was stopped by a single hand of Mikoshin. How the hell did you do that? My power's not low, but you're a goddess in every sense of the word. What the hell are you? I'm a simple angel, but unlike everyone else, I love to train and break all my limits every day. Goku, without giving up, would go back to attack. However, the blows that Mikoshin gave were only to neutralize those of Son Goku, which in comparison to her were too weak, and Mikoshin limited herself to attack with the same power of Son Goku so as not to cause havoc on the whole place. I am satisfied. This time Daishenkin has brought someone truly powerful. Mikoshin at that moment would move like lightning all over the place and with a single blow would knock Son Goku out of combat.
I think you've gone a little overboard, Mikoshin. He'll be the new High Priest.
If he will be the protector of Zeno-Sama, he must understand that there will always be beings that overwhelm him in power.
Of course I understand, but he has only been training with me for 6 months. You shouldn't exaggerate so much with him.
Bouken-sha at that moment would be very surprised. I beg your pardon? He's only been training with you for 6 months? Are you kidding me?
I know it's hard to believe, but it's the reality. Son Goku is the being who won the Tournament of Power and the only mortal to reach the perfect Ultra Instinct, something that no god has achieved with thousands of years of training.
How old is your disciple?
By my reckoning, in mortal years, he'd be about 45 years old. He's too young.
Bouken-sha's astonishment would grow much more to know that a being less than 100 years has achieved such overwhelming power.
I hope I can count on your support to help me train him, since you're much more powerful than me, and we wish to surpass each other in the multiverse.
Of course I will help you. That's why you don't have to worry. When he wakes up, we will start with his training.
Meanwhile, on Beerus' planet, Whis was still very surprised by the beating that Son Goku had given him. But he was not the only one, since Vegeta and Beerus were also very surprised by the power that Son Goku possessed.
How Son Goku has achieved all that power in this short period of time?
So that's why he wasn't in our universe. The Kakarot insect got Daishaken-sama himself to train him.
That's right. Mr. Vegeta is correct. As I see, my father has trained him, and Mr. Goku was able to reach his limit, being able to surpass a supreme angel like me because of his quick learning.
They were all talking quietly, but at that moment, a very powerful being was watching them. A being that would be able to defeat Makoshin, Daishaken, and a being that was thought to have sealed millions of years ago. Well. Apparently Daishaken's bastard has a new disciple. That hurts, since I was his first disciple.
Akura, who would be that being to continue to observe all the universes, that's right. Akura wanted to be the king of everything. However, Daishaken together with Zeno-Sama sealed him millions of years ago, or so they thought, because that's what they had sealed was a cloning technique.
I'm not going to stay so far behind Kakarot. Let's keep training, Whis.
Vegeta's right. I won't let Son Goku leave me so far behind all his power. I must try harder, but I will overcome all my limits. Well, you won't be the only ones who'll be training, because from now on I'll be training hard to overcome my limits.
At that moment, Beerus and Vegeta began to train together, making the whole planet tremble. Meanwhile, Whis began to meditate, since the energy source of angels came from peace. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, Zeno-Sama was very bored. However, a bad feeling felt through his body. What had happened? What's this feeling of terror all over me?
At that moment, one of the Guardians would enter a little wounded.
Zeno-Sama, it's a universal emergency, but we must save him. What happened?
At that moment, a great explosion would leave only fire all around, and a voice that Zeno-Sama would recognize would make him tremble.
Zeno-Sama, I'm back. Let's finish where we left millions of years ago.
The Guardian of Zeno-Sama would send him flying to the planet of the most powerful god, referring to Beerus. Zeno-Sama was heading at an incredible speed.
I know you can revive us, but if you fall, the 12 universes will be engulfed in a total annihilation.
Akura, with a single blow, would pierce the Guardian, taking his life. But before dying, the Guardian would be able to tell him something that would leave Akura thinking a little bit.
The disciple of Daishaken will be able to defeat you. I'm sure of it.
In that instant, the Guardian would lose his life. Meanwhile, on the planet of Beerus, a light would arrive to the planet, where everyone would stop their training. Whis and Beerus would be surprised to observe Zeno-Sama in those terrible conditions. Zeno-Sama, but what happened? This is unbelievable. I have no idea who was the being capable of leaving the King of Everything in this condition.
The being that must have left the King of Everything in this condition must be incredibly powerful. I don't know what I should do. Whis, communicate quickly with Daishaken. Akura's returned.
Whis would change his expression to a much more serious one, given to understand that it was an emergency situation. Whis at that moment was trying to communicate would be in vain. That's right, Akura, upon knowing that the Great Priest would not in the palace at all, decide to make his attack, and with the last words of the Guardian decided to block all types of communication. Zeno-Sama, it's impossible for me to contact Daishaken-sama.
Damn it. If that's the case, Akura will finish us all off without any difficulty.
At that moment, Vegeta, observing everything that happened, would concentrate and being able to contact his father, King Vegeta.
Father, can you hear me? Vegeta, is that you? This is no time for explanations, but it's me. I want you to contact Kakarot's father, Bardock, and tell him to return immediately. The 12 universes are at risk, and the being that plans to finish them all is called Akura. Long time no hear, son. But okay, I'll do it.
King Vegeta would start looking for Bardock all over the underworld. After a few hours, he'd succeed in finding him.
Bardock, communicate quickly with your son Kakarot and warn him that he must return from emergency. You'll be able to communicate by having a parental connection. Okay, Kakarot! Can you hear me?
At that moment, Goku was training with Bouken-sha, increasing his levels in a way that's never been seen before. Being much more powerful than Daishinkan, his training was much more effective. At that moment, Bardock's voice would take Son Goku out of orbit, which at that moment would receive a strong blow. However, Goku was able to recover from the blow and communicate with his father. Father, is that you?
That's right, son, but there's no time for that. The 12 universes are in danger from a guy named Akura.
What's going on, Father? I don't understand anything.
Tell your master, he'll understand.
Goku would finish his training, telling Master Daishinkan what his father had told him. When he finished, Daishinkan as well as Mikoshin were frozen. What's wrong? Somebody explain to me. Akura is a being that one day gave trouble even to us beings that surpass the level of a supreme angel.
But how's this possible? We must return immediately.
I will go with you. Akura's power is not easy at all. Daishinkan at that moment would try to unite the dimensions to be able to get out of that place, however, it was impossible. That's right, the barrier that Akura had placed had surpassed everything known so far. Meanwhile, returning to the planet of Beerus, Akura had arrived prostrating in front of everyone.
Long time no see, Whis. If you understand me to the king at all and swear loyal to me, I'll spare your life and allow you to be one of my servants.
All of him, without warning, went on the attack. However, even if all their blows hit him, they were not able to make a single scratch. At that moment, Whis would communicate with Vegeta. My father, Mr. Goku, has not returned yet. It must be because of a seal that this damned guy used. Use all your mental power and contact Goku. Since you are of the same race and are a prodigy Saiyan, I know you could do something. Vegeta at that moment, with his maximum power, began to contact mentally with Son Goku. While everyone else did this time, after 6 minutes, Vegeta was able to contact Son Goku.
Kakarot, we need you. Tell me, what do I do that they can come back?
Vegeta, increase your power to the maximum and charge a great energy attack to a specific point, no matter if it's south, north, east, or west. Goku would do everything that Vegeta was telling him to do, while Goku likewise charged a great attack to a specific point.
North!
Both Saiyans launched their attacks towards the north, where the power was so great that the dimensions would collapse together, creating a portal quickly, which Goku would go through, but it would close quickly, not giving Mikoshin or Daishinkan time to go through. Goku at that moment of arrival was now able to observe how his being of his friend Zeno-Sama by the neck.
Last words, damn dwarf. Goku, I'll finish you off, so you might as well enjoy your life while you can.
It doesn't matter who that bastard is, he won't be able to return to this place because I've sealed all 12 universes. At that moment, Goku's hand would touch Goku's shoulder, and with a great blow, he'd send Akura flying. So much was the power of that blow that it would make him crash to the ground, and he'd be dragged since he couldn't stop himself. Zenchan, are you okay?
Goku, I knew you'd come. Thank you very much. Be careful. That warrior's powerful. He possesses the power of Daishinkan.
Goku, let's try to run away until we're able to regroup. Of course not, Beerus-sama. This guy will die in this very place. Thank you very much, Vegeta. I won't forget everything you've done. At that moment, Akura would return to the battlefield furious.
Damn you, who the hell are you? How did you have the power in your punches?
My name's Goku, and I'm the apprentice to the High Priest, so get ready. Akura at that moment would be a little surprised to realize that this being was able to get out of his divine seal.
So, you're the legendary Saiyan Goku, the mere mortal who possesses power that goes beyond the gods. But just like you, I'm a legend in life.
At that moment, both subjects stared at each other, and at that moment, they increased their power so much that the whole place began to distort and began to destroy itself in the same way. By my Saiyan pride and my friends, I swear that I, Kakarot, will defeat you!
I, the most powerful god that's ever existed, swear that I'll end your life and put an end to your legend.
Goku was preparing to fight against Akura, the first disciple of Daishinkan. That's right, the pressure that was felt all over the planet of Beerus was incredible. Even all the other universes were trembling due to such a bestial power. Mr. Goku, even though you have a great power, you won't be able to face Akura. He's the most powerful being ever seen. Whis at that moment would be very surprised to observe how Goku had been able to stop Akura's blow, and without wasting time, he had given him a furtive blow which would make him go back a few steps, and even making him spit blood. Thank you for your concern, Whis, but you don't really know the limit of my power. I'm even more powerful than Daishinkan-sama himself.
Damn you! Don't make fun of me. Now I'll end your pathetic life.
Akura and Goku at that moment had disappeared, beginning to collide blows at an incredible speed. That's right, the clash of their fists destroyed everything around them, even planets, galaxies, everything that crossed their path. However, in an oversight of Goku, he had received a sneaky blow which would send him to a crash. Akura, without wasting time, would charge one of his most powerful attacks.
Infernal Breath!
A great fire attack had created a huge explosion, but that was not the end of it, because at that moment, thousands of energy rays would rise to the top of the planet, destroying every trace of Goku.
Damn it! No matter how powerful Kakarot is, that attack should pulverize him.
Through the curtain of dust, Goku's voice would resound, leaving everyone surprised, even Akura, who would say to himself,
Damn it! This can't be happening. He's completely mocking me. I can't let this happen.
Akura, furious, had launched himself against Goku. However, this time Goku with a powerful blow would make him fall to the ground, starting to give him a beating he had never received before. Meanwhile, in the Angelic dimension, Mikoshin and Daishinkan were very worried, not having any answer from Goku and the others.
Damn it. If we don't do anything, everyone will die. Akura even surpasses the king of everything, and if all the gods force him, he'll activate his forbidden power.
But Daishinkan, Akura knows perfectly well what will happen to him if he activates that power, so we must do something as soon as possible. Mikoshin and Daishinkan were charging their most powerful techniques to eliminate Akura's seal, but it would be impossible. That's right, the seal was one of the most powerful known among the kings of everything. Even a king of everything would have difficulty to leave. But as Goku was an expert, he knew that if two powers collided at the same time and in the same place, the space-time fissure would be created, having a total success.
This is a waste of time. We're not able to do anything, and the only thing we could do now is to wait.
Daishinkan, now the only thing we could do is to trust Goku. How much chance does he have of victory?
I don't know, Mikoshin. Goku's power still doesn't reach the level of a king at all, and Akura's power even surpasses Zeno-Sama's power.
What they both didn't know was that Goku only trained the lower part of his power. That's to say, Goku, with both of them, the only thing he strengthened were his weak points. And because of this, he didn't focus on the other phases of training or increasing his power, since his power was even greater than Zeno-Sama's. Only that Goku wanted more strength than brute force. That's right, he wished to have the overwhelming power of Ozaru's transformation, but without having to become a gigantic monkey, which made him lose control. Returning to the battle, both seemed to be equal, but Akura clearly knew that he was on the verge of death, since none of his techniques were enough to finish with Goku. In a moment, both had taken a distance.
Damn, I never thought that Daishinkan's disciple would be so powerful. He surpasses my power with ease. I have no other choice.
Are you out of energy? Is that all you have? Beerus at that moment would be shocked to hear Goku's words. That's right, the confidence that Goku gave off was overwhelming, but even his great power was backing him up. I can't believe what Goku has said to that mighty god Akura. It seems that Lord Goku is in control of this battle. His power has surpassed all the limits we know.
My friend Goku is really the one chosen to become the next High Priest. Now you'll regret not finishing me off sooner. Divine demolition, supreme power, and demonic power come to me.
At that moment, Akura's body began to change completely. That means the power that he's releasing was amazing. It made Goku change his expression to a much more serious one.
Kakarot's look has completely changed. It means that power he's releasing is amazing. If we were out of this energy field, we wouldn't be able to move.
At that moment, a big explosion would be created all over that place, leaving everyone without vision. However, at the moment that everyone could see clearly, they were able to observe a Goku on the ground with multiple wounds.
I can't believe it. Not only his power increased, but also his speed. So much so that he was able to beat up Goku in a matter of seconds. What happened to you? Did you fall asleep?
Those hits hurt me a little. I can tell you're worthy of me using all my power on you.
Was it Goku using all his full power? Has he really surpassed the power that goes beyond a king at all?
Akura, furious, rushed at Goku, this time began to dodge each of his blows, leaving Akura very surprised.
This can't be happening. I'm using the power beyond the power of a king, and even demonic power. This bastard seems to be just playing with me.
Goku at that moment would take him out of his thoughts with a powerful blow, which would make him spit large amounts of blood and make him fall to the ground, seeing everything blurry. I don't understand how you are a disciple of Daishinkan-sama. You don't have any destructive power. Watch how you use the negative power. At that moment, a large part of Goku's body was enveloped in all the demonic power, which formed a red aura around him, which made Akura tremble.
You have mastered 100% of the demonic power. This is impossible. No one's able to master it completely. It's only possible if you are a demon.
Don't compare me to you, you damn insect. Those are your limits, not mine. So you better get ready. Now I'll finish you off. Goku would begin to approach Akura slowly, who, upon being invaded by absolute terror, would begin to fly up to the top of the planet. Vegeta at that moment would also take a few steps backwards.
Kakarot's aura forms an immense Uzaru. This terrifies me. My body trembles by itself and I'm not able to control it.
Akura at that moment would begin to charge a great attack with the intention of eradicating all 12 universes.
It doesn't matter what you can do, because if you dodge it, the explosion will still reach you. Even if it's my turn to share your destiny, I won't let you humiliate me like this.
You better not waste time. I'm bored, so charge your best attack. If you manage to make me move from this place, I'll spare your life.
Don't underestimate me, you inferior monkey. Demonic destruction!
An incredible power was descending towards Beerus' planet. However, Goku seemed to be very confident in all his power, since at that moment, Goku would only stretch out one of his hands, leaving everyone surprised. What the hell are you doing, Goku? That'll not only kill you, it'll kill all of us. There's nothing to worry about, Beerus-sama. This attack is only visual. Because of its size, it would be amazing, but it's nothing more than a simple worm. Goku at that moment, when stretching his hand, began to disintegrate that beastly power. That's right, the destructive aura of Goku was enough to repel such beastly power. You never stood a chance against me, but I want Daishinkan to watch how I humiliate you in the worst way possible. Goku at that moment would increase his power in an amazing way, starting to create several timelines and even rifts between universes. Meanwhile, with Daishinkan and Mikoshin, both were able to feel an amazing power which would make them shudder. Whose power is this? Oh, we're in another dimension, but the being that emanates this power seems to be in front of me.
This essence is that of Goku, but it can't be true. His power was not even a tenth of the power that he feels now.
At that moment in front of them, a crack would form through which Daishinkan and Mikoshin would quickly cross. Appearing in the planet of Beerus, being very surprised to observe Akura in terrible condition, while Goku released an abominable pressure. Now that Daishinkan-sama and Mikoshin-sama are here, I plan to end your miserable existence so that you'll never think of reviving. Akura at that moment would be terrified to observe even the powerful Mikoshin-sama. Akura would begin to escape through the universe. His speed he possessed would leave Daishinkan and Mikoshin very surprised. However, without anyone noticing, Goku had disappeared, and in a few seconds he had appeared again, but with Akura.
Akura, I taught you everything I know, and you betrayed us, ending the lives of 6 destroyer gods. We thought you were sealed, but it was our mistake.
the prodigy apprentice prodigy of Daishinkan-sama and his first disciple fighting has died. It's unpleasant to know this, Akura, but there's no other option. Your destiny will be to die.
Akura at that moment would beg for his life. However, when Goku merged with his cold part named Kakarot, he would be much colder and would not trust. So that at that moment, he would grab Akura by one of his arms and throw him to the sky. You're the evil of all this multiverse! Disappear! God Dragon, Anticator! At that moment, a black-colored dragon would descend and begin to tear Akura's body, who was screaming in pain until he would be converted into simple atoms.
Goku, how do you possess all that power? You never showed that power while you were training with us.
That's right, Goku. We all want an explanation of all the power you released. It's unbelievable.
Goku at that moment would begin to explain what had happened, and that he only focused on his weak points, so as not to have any opening in the battles, to which all present would understand what Goku said. At that moment, Vegeta would approach Daishinkan kneeling down.
Daishinkan-sama, please, train me the same way you did with Kakarot. I also want to overcome my limits.
However, before Daishinkan could answer the request of the Prince of the Saiyans, Mikosha would step forward.
Don't worry, I can tell you have amazing power. I, the mighty Mikoshin, will give you the training you need.
Whis and Beerus at that moment would be very surprised to know that the Supreme Angel will train Vegeta.
I really appreciate it. I hope to see you again when I finish my training, Kakarot, so we can have the battle we have been pending.
Of course, Vegeta. I'll be waiting for your return.
Since that event, a few hundred years had passed until the day would come when Goku would be appointed as the new priest of the great Zeno-Sama.
Gods and angels, from now on Lord Goku will take my place, and he will be the new High Priest. In order to serve Goku-sama.
You should not have so many formalities with me. I only want you to train and become more powerful. We don't know when an enemy may appear.
As you command, Goku-sama.
At that moment, a portal would be created in the realm of everything, and from it would come out Mikoshin and Vegeta, which gave off an amazing power.
So, you've finally been appointed as the new High Priest.
Congratulations, Goku! It'll be an honor to see you more frequently in the Angelic realm, which any priest of the multiverses can enter. Thank you, Mikoshin. None of this would have been possible without you.
At that moment, Goku had been sent flying with a strong blow, destroying a little Zeno-Sama's castle.
I want to check how much you've increased your power, Kakarot.
Vegeta at that moment would begin to access the Ultra Ego to the maximum power, and the power he gave off was overwhelming.
In that case, I'll also use a great part of my power.
Goku would increase a great part of his power to his celestial transformation. And so would begin the battle of two great rivals, which at this moment had taken their powers to an amazing divine level, surpassing even kings at all. $70 million years ago, there was an unimaginable void without any life, when suddenly emerged a being which didn't know it was himself where he was.
What's going on? What am I? I can't see anything. What is this immense void?
What he didn't know was, until that moment, was that he was an omnipotent being who was going to create everything known as the universe. He would even create a whole multiverse full of different types of life in order to find at some point an individual who could match or surpass the strength of his son called Zeno-Sama. In Zeno-Sama's palace, 30 million years after the birth of Zeno-Sama's father, he introduces himself to his son.
Zeno-Sama, my son, you've grown strong and apparently you've become very powerful over the centuries.
Father, I've always felt that my existence has no purpose. I often get bored. Why did you bring me to life to be bored?
70 million years ago, there was a void from which I was created. As I grew, I developed powers and immeasurable strength. As a result of that, a need was born in me to find a being who could match or surpass your strength, to even equal my own greatness. That's why I created planets, galaxies, universes, and living beings of various species.
All this was created just so that I could exist?
Yes, my son. Every star, every life form, everything has a purpose. To prepare you to be the supreme god of all that I've created. You're the main reason for all my creation.
It's a heavy burden, Father. Why me?
Because in you, I see the true potential to rule in this vast cosmos. You are the hope to maintain harmony among the creations that have sprung from my being. You are the missing piece in this cosmic chest.
Father, all this that you tell me is an enormous responsibility. I don't know if I'm ready to be able to do it. What if I fail?
There is no failure, son. Your very existence is success. Every moment in your life has molded you into the supreme being that you are. I trust you will fulfill your destiny.
What about you, Father? What role do you play in all this?
My role is to guide you from the shadows, to watch you fulfill your purpose. Finding balance in the universe is a task that requires your leadership. I'll be here, in the darkness, watching you carry out the mission I have given you.
I understand, Father. Leave everything in my hands.
Thus passed centuries, millennia, in which Zeno-Sama was guided by his father to govern the immense multiverse he had created for him, but now convinced of the purpose he had in his life. In the present time, 30 million years after the conversation that Zeno-Sama and his father had, in one of the universes created by Father Zeno, on a planet called Earth, Kakarot and Vegeta were training together with Whis and Beerus after having faced very powerful beings. While they were training, the Earth was illuminated by flashes of energy. As Kakarot and Vegeta embark on intense training, Whis and Beerus watch from a distance, assessing the Saiyans' every move as they prepare to rise in their skills.
Hey, Vegeta! Remember when we first faced Frieza? That guy was incredibly strong.
Yes, Kakarot. It was our first encounter with an enemy of another level, but we cannot forget the Cell Bug, that creature with cells from all of us. He put us in big trouble with his martial arts tournament. Luckily, your son became strong.
Both Saiyans exchanged energy blasts. Each hit and dodge was an echo of their long history of battles. Ah, yes! The first time he showed the teleportation technique. That was amazing! Thanks to Gohan, we were able to defeat him.
But then came Majin Buu. That battle was unforgettable. We had to merge to have a chance.
The fusion was great, but we also learned about redemption and kindness at that time. Buu became good because of you.
As they continue their training, the energy of both Saiyans light up the space.
Whis and Beerus watch with interest.
Yes, but don't forget about Beerus, that god of destruction who almost wiped out the Earth with a single sneeze. Although in the end, he turned out to be more of a joker than we thought.
Yes, I remember when I tried to fight him in my Super Saiyan 3 form. I wasn't at his level, but at least I gave him a fight in my Super Saiyan God form, and that was possible thanks to all of you.
That's right, and now we're here, training with Whis and Beerus. We cannot let our guard down, Kakarot. There'll always be bigger challenges.
Exactly! Every fight makes us stronger. Let's keep training and bettering ourselves.
Of course. We're always one step closer to being the strongest warriors in the universe.
The training continues as Kakarot and Vegeta, under the tutelage of Whis and Beerus, strive to reach new levels of power in order to defend the Earth from new and more powerful enemies that may appear with the desire to destroy the planet that welcomed them. While Kakarot and Vegeta were training to overcome their limits, Whis and Beerus encouraged them to keep improving. Very good, Saiyans. Keep it up.
Yes, they're very strong, but I don't know if that'll be enough to keep my interest.
Suddenly, they feel a dark presence and the whole environment begins to become dark, and a dark, powerful presence fills the place. What's going on, Mr. Whis? Something's not right. I feel an extremely powerful and dark presence.
That feeling sounds familiar. Who could it be?
The darkness intensifies, and suddenly an opposing figure appears in front of them like a shadowy nebula.
Inhabitants of the multiverse, have you missed me? Hello, dear inhabitants of the multiverse. I've come to observe progress of my creations.
What? Who is this guy?
I don't know, Kakarot, but his presence is overwhelming.
No way.
What?
The figure lingers in a shadowy haze, with the speaker being the father of Zeno-Sama, the omnipotent being who created the multiverse.
This one appears in all multiverse, where all the warriors were training for future problems. This guy is the father of Zeno-Sama, the creator of everything we know of universes beyond our imagination. I didn't think we'd ever see him.
Sir, your arrival is unexpected. Forgive the insolence, but to what do we owe you presents?
The inclination of Whis and all the angels of different universes is because they have knowledge of who was the father of Zeno-Sama. For that reason, they have a great fear and respect for him. I see you've been busy, warriors. You have faced great obstacles throughout your insignificant lives, but this time has come. Are you strong enough?
We're always up for a good challenge.
Shut up, Kakarot. Don't you feel how powerful he is? How can you say that? Haven't you noticed something missing in the multiverse? At that moment, Zeno-Sama's father set out to tell them the reason for the ambiguous question. Moments before Zeno's father appeared before the whole multiverse, he was very angry because when he woke up from the dream of millions of years, he was surprised that many things had happened that went against the main reason why he created the whole universe. Because of this, he appears before his son Zeno-Sama. In the center of the realm of everything, the overwhelming presence of Zeno-Sama's father eclipses space. His voice booms like thunder as he directs his fury towards his son Zeno-Sama. The latter, visibly nervous, tries to defend himself as the tension between the two intensifies. Zeno-Sama, you failed in your duty as Supreme God. All the warriors of the multiverse have overstepped their bounds and now dare to call themselves gods. Gods? This is unacceptable!
Father, I understand that this is all being misunderstood, but...
There's no excuses, Zeno-Sama. Your lack of authority has allowed inferior beings to rise above us. How dare you let them usurp the title of gods?
I'm sorry, Father. I did not intend for things to come to this point.
The anger in Father Zeno's voice increases. His tone becomes more defiant and contemptuous. Your intention? Your weakness has sullied the name of our divinity. The only god here is me, and no one else should dare to call himself that. No one!
Father, I understand that I'm in your debt, but we can find another way to restore order.
Father Zeno's response is an explosion of contempt and fury. You do not deserve the title of God at all. Your weakness has tainted my creation. Because of your incompetence, I must restore the balance, even if it means getting rid of you.
What? Father, please don't do it! There's so much I can still learn and improve! I can fix all of this!
Zeno-Sama's imploration is lost in Father Zeno's cold determination. It is already too late, Zeno. Weakness must be eradicated from existence for true power to prevail. In an instant, Zeno-Sama's father unleashes a blast of devastating energy that engulfs Zeno-Sama and begins to tear him to shreds as he screams in pain.
No, Father, please! Ah!
Order has been restored. No one else will dare to challenge my supremacy. I will now take it upon myself to re-establish balance through my creation. In the present day, in front of the terrified warriors, due to what Zeno-Sama's father had informed them what had happened to his son Zeno-Sama, a being they all adored and feared. You insignificant beings now understand. Because of this, I will destroy all the timelines and universes that exist. I am a divine being, omnipotent, and I can do it. But I will give you a chance to fight for your lives. So I'll organize a tournament in which the strongest warriors of the entire multiverse will participate so that the power will prevail. Earth 2024.
What?
This can't be true.
Do you think we can face something like that, Mr. Piccolo?
Oh? We'll have to train a lot physically and, above all, mentally. The idea of a tournament piques his interest, seeing the opportunity to test his own power and perhaps become even stronger. Thraxis Nocturne. Planet sunk in the shadows.
A tournament, eh? Well, I'll show that true power is not limited to divine beings.
I won't let them destroy our future. I will fight in that tournament and protect my own.
A tournament with the strongest warriors, huh? It'll be my chance to show that the Saiyans are not insignificant beings. We will see who is truly divine in this tournament. My empire will prevail. A competition between the strongest. Interesting. I was showed that the Metacoolers are superior in all universes.
Nigerian, a world with perpetually cloudy skies where storms of dark energy lash the surface.
Father, this tournament will be the perfect occasion to show you that my power surpasses yours. Perfect. I'll show my true power and wreak havoc in every corner of the multiverse. Destruction in a tournament. What a magnificent combination. I will be the ultimate warrior and subdue all under my rule. Let's fight. This tournament will be my stage to demonstrate the power I've obtained.
Dracoria, homeworld of the humanoid dragon warriors and the descendants.
The threat of destruction is overwhelming. My fire may not be enough to face its dark omnipotence.
A shadow that threatens to destroy everything. My ability to manipulate the darkness may not be enough. Even with my swordsmanship, facing an omnipotent divine being will be an unparalleled challenge. This divine being has the power to destroy everything I love. My fire will be my defense.
A divine threat. My control over thunderstorms will be enough. This will be a challenge like never before.
After seeing the various emotions and thoughts of the main participants of the tournament, Zeno-Sama's father begins to explain the rules of this supposed tournament.
Minimal beings. The rules are simple. The tournament will be to the death. It will be held in a timeless space where the laws of time and physics are temporarily suspended. The only way to eliminate an opponent is to make his heart stop. It is by killing him. There's no other way. In this tournament, it is either you or your rival. There's no limits on the use of skills. You must unleash your full potential without restriction, so as not to be destroyed in the process. I'll be the one who will watch over the whole process. The participant who wins will have the joy of facing me, putting his life and the life of his universe at stake. But I'm a PS deity, and I will bring him the opportunity to have a divine power similar to mine for a determined time. If he does not take the advantage of it, he will have to accept the consequences.
In spite of the uncertainty that the warriors have in front of what the father of Zeno-Sama has said, some are excited and others are worried.
Wow, this sounds exciting! A tournament with fighters from all universes. It's gonna be great!
Why should we trust this tournament to be fair? By killing them?
So I can fight to the best of my ability. But killing beings that are just fighting for their lives is not nice.
I hope everything I've said has been clear to everyone. The only rule is that you have to kill your opponent so that they don't kill you. I want to make that clear. You will have to kill your opponent. The way we will check if you're worthy of calling yourselves gods.
Father Zeno disappears and everything returns to normal. You can see Kakarot's excited about the new enemy that is seen. It is very powerful. Vegeta, scared and worried about his family, angry with Kakarot.
Wow, that guy's incredibly strong. I'm excited to fight him in the next tournament.
Excited? Do you realize what's at stake, Kakarot? The enemy is dangerous, and we can't just underestimate him.
But Vegeta, that guy has awesome power. It's gonna be the best fight of our lives.
This is not a game, Kakarot. Do you realize that we're putting our families and the entire universe at risk?
I know it's serious, Vegeta, but it's also a chance to get better. Besides, Zeno-Sama's father is excited about this.
I can't believe you're so carefree. My family's in danger and you're excited about a fight.
I'm not saying I'm not serious, Vegeta, but when an opportunity presents itself to measure our power, I can't resist.
You always think about the fight, don't you? Sometimes I wish you had a little more responsibility.
Vegeta, I understand that you're worried about Bulma and Trunks, but trust that we can protect them.
I don't like the idea of someone else deciding about our lives.
I understand, Vegeta, but do you really think we can ignore this opportunity?
I'm not going to lose my family over a fight, but I also know that I can't stop you from getting excited about the battle. At that moment, the tension between Kakarot and Vegeta is palpable as they prepare to face the new enemy. While Kakarot is filled with excitement for the fight, Vegeta faces the situation with a mixture of fear and determination. Thus, the training of the entire multiverse for the survival of their species began. From the moment on, the most powerful warriors of all the universes began to train with greater intensity in order to save their universes and timelines.
After having communicated with the entire multiverse from the realm of everything, the father of Zeno-Sama would observe everything from a crystal screen, that the warriors were getting stronger and stronger. He sent his shadow warriors to slow down the process of them.
But what is this feeling that stirs my supreme being? A mixture of fascination and disdain. It's inevitable that mortals yearn for more, that they aspire to surpass their boundaries. Yet some of these warriors are reaching levels I cannot allow. Their power threatens the balance I've established. It's enough that they're mere participants in my tournament. They must be contained. They must be eliminated before their ascensions endanger the stability of my creation. My shadow warriors, creatures of the shadow and executioners of my will travel throughout all the universes. They'll be my instruments to stop these reckless advances. I will not allow the power of these warriors to grow beyond the limits set by my divinity.
Father Zeno, we're here to receive your orders.
Shadow creatures, my loyal enforcers, the time has come. The universes pulsate with an energy that threatens to destabilize the order I've established. Mortal warriors, in their relentless pursuit of power, are rising to dangerous heights. Their progress must be halted.
Your orders are our will. How do you wish us to proceed?
Each of you will disperse among the universes. Your mission is to find those warriors who dare to exceed the limits imposed. There's no room for compassion. The threat must be eradicated. Annihilate them without mercy.
We will, Father Zeno. No warrior will be strong enough to defy your will.
The shadow creatures set off to every universe and timeline to destroy every warrior who would participate. Along the way, they encountered weak warriors who they destroyed with these strong and very powerful ones. It was dusk when suddenly the Earth's atmosphere trembled with an unnatural darkness. In the blink of an eye, shadow creatures emerged from the interdimensional shadows, ethereal and menacing beings that would challenge even the strength of the mightiest warriors. Kakarot and Vegeta, training on the vast battlefield of Earth, sensed the arrival of an ominous presence. Shadow creatures, their ethereal forms and eyes burning with the intensity of darkness, materialized before them.
What are you?
We are servants of Father Zeno. Your progress has been noted and must be halted.
The will of Father Zeno is the supreme law. The warriors have exceeded the allowable limits and will now be destroyed.
The shadow creatures moved with an agility that defied logic, leaving behind them trails of darkness. Kakarot and Vegeta prepared for the confrontation, their energies flashing in response to the threatening presence.
Well, it looks like we have new opponents. This should be interesting.
No matter who sends them, will not allow them to stop our progress.
The shadow creatures, speechless, rushed towards Kakarot and Vegeta with flashing speed. The battle ahead would not only be a test of strength, but a struggle between light and darkness, between the determination of the warriors and the will of the father of Zeno-Sama. The battle rages and the environment, plants, stones, and sky are witness to the incredible demonstration of power. Kakarot and Vegeta, deploying a great amount of ki, are in the center ready to face the two mysterious shadow warriors that attack them. Shadow Creature 1 moves at breakneck speed, leaving only flashes of darkness in its wake. Its form is ethereal, almost impossible to follow with the eye. It attacks with incredible precision, throwing punches and kicks that defy the perception of time. Shadow Creature 2 stands out for its devastating power. Its every strike sends out waves of dark energy that distort the surrounding space. Its presence emanates an ominous aura that shakes even the particles of space. The fight begins with Kakarot and Vegeta charging forward, but the shadow creatures respond with astonishing agility, dodging every blow and counterattacking with almost invisible movements. Faced with the speed of the Shadow Warriors, Kakarot and Vegeta are forced to raise their power to Super Saiyan level.
Vegeta, these guys are incredibly fast. I can't even keep up with their moves.
Looks like our usual speed isn't enough. We'll have to raise our power to the maximum.
Both Saiyans concentrate, their golden auras bursting as they transform into Super Saiyan. Their golden hair lights up the space as they launch into a fierce offensive. But the Shadow Warriors remain equally agile, gracefully dodging the attacks. The intensity of the power illuminates the space.
Now, Vegeta, let's go all out!
Let's go, Kakarot!
The Saiyans rush towards these Shadow Warriors with a fierce offensive. However, the Shadow creatures dodge their attacks with surprising grace, moving through the energy blast with ease.
Is that the best you can do, Saiyans?
Their speed is admirable, but they're still not up to par. Damn it! They
can't go on like this, Kakarot. We need something else.
You're right, Vegeta. Let's take this to the next level.
Faced with persistent speed of the Shadow Warriors, Kakarot and Vegeta rise their power even higher, transforming into Super Saiyan Blue. Their blue auras flash with intensity, and the pressure of their power shakes the surrounding space. However, the Shadow Warriors are not daunted. The battle reaches its peak as the four warriors are engulfed in a frenzy of energy. Kakarot launches his attack called Kamehameha, and Vegeta launches his final flash attack, but the Shadow Warriors respond with counterattacks that defy the laws of physics. Then the clash of these powerful attacks causes an immense explosion. At the precise moment that both Saiyan warriors, the shadow creatures, collided their attacks, the explosion resulting from the collision of the attacks left a crater on the battlefield, while a dense smoke obscured the view. Amidst the haze, Goku with a serious but confident expression, and Vegeta, also with a confident expression of having destroyed the shadow creatures with his attacks, stood on guard, ready to face whatever emerged from this smoke. Suddenly, as soon as the smoke dissipated from the battlefield, the shadowy creatures emerged unharmed, floating in the air with an even more intense presence. Their forms twisted, revealing an even darker and more powerful transformation. Now, with eyes glowing with a more intense light, the shadow creatures uttered a great malevolent laugh and moved towards Goku and Vegeta with renowned ferocity. The sky was covered with dark clouds, and lightning intermittently illuminated the scene. The creatures, once scattered, began to converge into a chaotic mass. Their bodies intertwined and merged, creating a monstrous entity that emanated a dark and malevolent aura. The fusion of the creatures was completed with a loud roar, and before Goku and Vegeta emerged, a nightmarish creature. The fused creature had a grotesque figure, with twisted limbs and glowing eyes filled with evil. Its body was enveloped in a halo of dark energy, which distorted the space around it. The ground shook with every step he took, and the waves of evil energy generated chaos on the battlefield. Goku and Vegeta exchanged determined glances. They knew they faced an unprecedented threat. The fusion of the creatures had given rise to a being of incredible power and speed. Goku frowned, clenching his fists, while Vegeta gave a cocky grin. Kakarot, looks like things have become interesting. I didn't expect to have to face something like this.
Yes, Vegeta. This creature's no joke. We're gonna have to give it our all.
Both warriors raised their ki to the maximum, surrounding themselves with an intense golden and blue aura. Their hair stood on end and the earth trembled under the pressure of their combined power. The fused creature responded with a guttural laugh and advanced towards them with great strides.
Come on, Vegeta, let's attack together and put an end to this!
For once, Kakarot, I agree. The battle reached its climax as Goku and Vegeta, enveloped in their golden and blue auras, launched themselves towards the fused creature. Every punch and burst of energy echoed through the air, creating a spectacle of flashes and booms. The creature, however, was not easy to defeat. Its agility and strength were astounding, dodging the Saiyans' attacks with ease.
Vegeta, we need to find an opening in its defense! Focus!
I know, Kakarot, but this thing's fast!
The fused creature responded with a ripping attack, sending the Saiyans flying across the battlefield. Goku and Vegeta, however, quickly recovered and stood up with renewed determination.
We can't underestimate this thing! Come on, Vegeta! Let's attack together!
Alright, Kakarot, together we'll defeat it!
Goku nodded and they concentrated their energies into an amazing combined attack. A brilliant flash of light and blue light materialized in their hands, growing with each second. The fused creature, seeing the imminent threat, tried to counterattack, but it was too late.
Final flash!
The powerful beam of combined energy shot towards the fused creature, illuminating the dark battle with its radiance. However, just when impact seemed inevitable, the creature, in the last act of desperation, deployed a dark shield that managed to resist the Saiyans' assault. The result explosion sent Goku and Vegeta flying backwards, returning them to their base form, leaving them dazed and severely injured on the ground. The fused creature, though weakened, struggled to its feet, its malevolent aura flickering, but far from fading completely.
Vegeta, we're in trouble! This thing's stronger than we thought! Vegeta, however, lay motionless on the ground with visible wounds and his aura rapidly diminishing. Vegeta! Don't give up, Vegeta! The fused creature, slowly recovering, calmly approached towards Vegeta with a palpable malevolence in its glowing eyes.
Your efforts are futile. I'm the amalgam of darkness itself. This is the end of you, Saiyan Prince.
Goku, full of rage and despair, stood up and threw himself towards the creature with what was left of his strength. However, the creature, with a simple wave of its hand, unleashed a wave of dark energy that enveloped Kakarot and threw him violently to the ground. Vegeta, we need a plan. The fused creature approached Vegeta, lifting him off the ground with one hand. The Saiyan Prince, barely conscious, opened his eyes to meet the cold, merciless gaze of his energy.
Kakarot, do whatever it takes.
The fused creature, with a contemptuous gesture, threw Vegeta back to the ground, leaving him on the verge of death. The battle, which had begun with hope, now became bleaker than ever. With his partner down and his own strength waning, Kakarot faced a strength that seemed insurmountable. Goku, sensing the desperation of the situation, recalled the hermit seeds he carried with him. The moment the fused creature came speeding towards him, Goku managed to dodge the blow swiftly, approached Vegeta and handed him one of the valuable seeds. Vegeta, eat this! It'll give you the energy to keep fighting! At the same time, Goku also consumed one of the seeds. Vegeta, barely conscious, accepted the seed and consumed it urgently. The hermit seed acted quickly, healing Vegeta's wounds and restoring his life energy. Flashes of golden light surrounded the Saiyan Prince as he stood up, his eyes regaining determination.
Kakarot, don't underestimate me. I can keep fighting.
Fine, Vegeta, but we need something else to defeat this creature. Do you remember the fusion technique? Vegeta frowned but nodded in understanding. Both Saiyans positioned themselves in front of the fused creature, focusing their energies. Vegeta, let's do it! Let's merge!
I don't think it'll come to this, Kakarot, but I have no choice.
Both warriors stood side by side, raising their hands into the front and began to concentrate their energies. The atmosphere was filled with a brilliant glow as the two Saiyans merged into a single entity. The resulting figure was a perfect combination of Goku and Vegeta, with a powerful golden aura enveloping their fused bodies. This fusion creature showed signs of unease as it witnessed the transformation. The new Saiyan entity turned to it with a determined look. The fusion between Goku and Vegeta, known as Gogeta, and his Super Saiyan form was now evident. Gogeta, with the combined voice of Goku and Vegeta, said, "Prepare for defeat. We're the fusion of the Saiyans, there's nothing we cannot overcome." With a unified shout, the Saiyan fusion lunged towards the fused creature with incredible speed and power. The battle between the Saiyan fusion and the fused creature erupted into a frenzy of power and skill. Every move, every blow, every burst of energy shook the battlefield. The earth trembled under the intensity of the confrontation, and the sky lit up with the sparks of energy released during the fight. Gogeta, with the combination of Goku's cunning and Vegeta's determination, proved to be an unstoppable force. However, the fused creature did not yield easily, showing a resilience that defied expectations. Both contenders were at a stalemate, each pushing their limits to the max. Goku and Vegeta, in their fused form, began to feel the need to unleash more power to overcome their more formidable foe. In a moment of perfect synchronization, both Saiyans raised their ki to the limit, and the atmosphere itself began to be distorted with the built-up pressure.
It's time to take this to the next level!
In a dazzling flash, the Saiyan fusion underwent an astonishing metamorphosis. His once golden hair now turned sapphire blue, and his aura took on a heavenly hue. The transformation to Super Saiyan Blue had taken place. The fused creature recoiled momentarily as it witnessed the new form. Shocked by the magnitude of the power unleashed, however, the Saiyan fusion showed no mercy and lunged towards with dizzying speed.
Prepare for true Saiyan strength!
The attacks and counterattacks reached a speed that defied perception. The fused creature, despite its previous endurance, was outmatched by the speed and aggressiveness of the Saiyan fusion in its Super Saiyan Blue form. The battle had not yet come to an end. In a final attempt to resist, the fused creature unleashed its own dark power, enveloping the Saiyan fusion in a spiral of chaotic energy. Gogeta, in response, concentrated his energy to the maximum in an act of rage.
Let's go farther!
The energy surrounding the Saiyan fusion intensified and exploded in a dazzling burst. The bright blue aura became more intense, and the power of the Saiyan fusion increased to unimaginable levels. The sky lit up with glows and waves of energy as the fused creature faced Gogeta's unstoppable strength. However, in an unexpected twist, the creature began to build up a dark and sinister energy, revealing a hidden power.
Your resistance is impressive, Saiyans, but you have not seen my true potential.
The fused creature transformed, its fusion distorting further. A black aura filled with malevolence surrounded its body as its eyes glowed with terrifying intensity.
What the hell is it doing?
The fused creature, now imbued with a new dark power, lunged at Gogeta with surprising speed. Despite Gogeta's formidable strength in his Super Saiyan Blue form, the fused creature seemed to be able to anticipate even more.
Now you'll experience true darkness.
Gogeta sensed the threat, deciding to take his own power to the extreme. In a blink of an eye, he activated the technique, the Kaioken. His blue aura multiplied into a mixture of blue and red, and the intensity of the battle reached levels never seen before.
It's time to put an end to this! Kaioken!
Gogeta's speed and strength multiplied exponentially, and the fused creature was momentarily caught off guard. However, the creature counterattacked with a blast of dark energy that enveloped Gogeta, but he struggled to resist. Gogeta, in his Kaioken state, felt the need to raise his power even higher. Thus his ki increased, causing the earth to tremble from such immense power, destroying mountains and lifting rocks into the skies. At that precise moment, he disappeared from the sight of the fused creature, appearing from behind and creating a glowing bluish sphere of energy that materialized between his hands.
Final Kamehameha!
The energy sphere impacted against the fused creature with unparalleled force. The resulting explosion lit up the sky, dispersed the creature's dark energy. However, when the light faded, the fused creature emerged once again, albeit visibly weakened.
Do not underestimate my power, Saiyans. I have attained a form beyond your comprehension.
Gogeta, sensing the gravity of the situation, prepared for the next confrontation. The battle, far from over, was entering even more dangerous terrain, with the fate of the universe hanging in the balance in this fierce struggle between light and darkness. The battlefield was plunged into utter chaos, with destructive shockwaves reverberating throughout space. Gogeta, with his combined aura of Super Saiyan Blue and Kaioken, was moving at speeds that defied perception. The fused creature, despite his new enhanced form, was momentarily outmatched by the Saiyan warrior's speed.
Darkness cannot defeat light! It's time to seal your fate!
Though weakened, the fused creature did not give up. With impressive speed, it lunged towards Gogeta, unleashing a series of dark attacks that even defied the Kaioken's speed.
Your light is but a fleeting glimmer. In the eternity of darkness, you will suffer.
Gogeta, with sharp reflexes at precise moments, will dodge the fused creature's attacks. The battle reached an even greater frenzy, with a clash of fists and kicks creating waves of energy that swept the surrounding landscape. The once dark and stormy sky were illuminated by the flashes on the contest. In the beginning of the moment of opportunity, Gogeta channeled the Kaioken to an even higher level. His aura became more intense, mixing blue with red in a dazzling display. Seeing the new burst of power, the fused creature recoiled momentarily, a moment Gogeta took advantage of to gather energy.
This is the limit of your darkness. Prepare for the end.
Gogeta, with unmatched speed, appeared in front of the fused creature, concentrating his energy to a single point. A glowing sphere of energy formed between his hands, but this time, the sphere was not blue, it was a mixture of colors. A fusion of the power of Super Saiyan Blue and Kaioken.
Kaioken 20 times! Final Kamehameha!
The now larger, more powerful energy sphere hurled with impressive speed towards the fused creature. The resulting explosion illuminated the entire horizon, causing the mountains and valleys to be enveloped in a dazzling glow. When the light faded, the fused creature lay defeated on the ground. Its dark aura completely dissipated. Gogeta, with his Super Saiyan Blue form and Kaioken still activated, watched cautiously. The intense battle had come to an end,
but the price of the confrontation was reflected in the devastated Earth and the wear and tear visible on the Saiyan warrior.
I hope that was enough. This universe can't take any more of this destruction.
With a flash, Gogeta deactivated the Kaioken and returned to his base form. As silence descended over the battlefield, the lingering question was whether the threat had truly been eliminated or if there was still challenges to be faced in the vast cosmos. Goku and Vegeta, feeling that the threat had been neutralized for the moment, separated from the Saiyan fusion. The intensity of the battle had left both Saiyans exhausted, but their attention was diverted to a disturbing reality. In the corner of their vision, they watched as a small dark creature made its way towards where Gohan and Broly were standing.
Vegeta, something's happening! We must get there fast!
Those two are in trouble if that thing gets to them. Let's go, Goku!
Both Saiyans, despite their exhaustion, dashed towards Gohan and Broly's location with as much speed as possible. As they approached, they could see the dark creature getting closer and closer to the two warriors. Gohan, who was training with Broly in an attempt to increase his skills, noticed Goku and Vegeta's arrival urgently.
Dad! Vegeta! Something's coming!
Broly, with his piercing gaze, had also sensed the approaching threat.
Evil creature, we will fight!
The small dark creature, noticing the presence of the Saiyans, stopped advancing and displayed a malevolent laugh.
Ha ha ha! Your victory was short-lived. This is only the first of many surprises.
Before they could react, the dark creature split into multiple smaller shadows, surrounding Gohan and Broly with astonishing speed.
Watch out, Broly! They're fast and dangerous!
We will fight! We won't let them defeat us!
Goku and Vegeta, arriving just in time, joined the battle. The battle became a chaotic dance of blows and explosions as the Saiyans fought the dark shadows that multiplied endlessly.
Let's finish this quickly! Gohan, Broly, stay strong!
Got it, Vegeta!
Broly, unleashing his titanic power, emitted a wave of energy that temporarily dispersed the dark shadows. However, the dark creature, in a final act of desperation, merged back into a larger, more powerful form.
My shadows cannot be so easily defeated. The real battle has just begun.
The shadow creature, now strengthened and more menacing than ever, faced the four Saiyan warriors with palpable malevolence. Gohan, Broly, Goku, and Vegeta moved into battle stance, facing the shadow creature with determination.
Come on, guys! Let's work together and put an end to this menace once and for all!
Broly growled in agreement, his power emanating from him with an imposing force. Goku and Vegeta, despite their earlier exhaustion, raised their energies ready for the battle ahead. The shadow creature, with a sinister laugh, lunged towards them with surprising speed. The Saiyans responded with a coordinated assault, launching energy blasts and performing combo attacks. However, the shadow creature was agile and dodged their attacks with ease.
We can't let this thing get away. Concentrate on attacking together.
You're right, Vegeta. If we fight them as a team, we can overcome anything.
The four Saiyans synchronized their movements, attacking in harmony. Broly unloaded titanic blows. Gohan used his agility and advanced techniques, while Goku and Vegeta coordinated their energies to create a combined assault. Despite their efforts, the shadow creature proved to be resilient and adaptable. It defended with cunning and counterattacked with fury. In a moment of tension, the shadow creature unleashed a dark glow that enveloped its form, transforming to an even more powerful and monstrous version.
It's getting stronger again!
It doesn't matter. I'll destroy it.
The battle intensified as the shadow creature, in its enhanced form, launched waves of dark energy and unleashed more devastating attacks. The Saiyans, however, did not back down. Despite the gravity of the situation, their determination burned stronger than ever.
There's no limit to our strength when we fight together! Come on, guys, we can't lose!
This thing doesn't know who it's messing with. Get ready for what's coming!
Gohan, Broly, Goku, and Vegeta channeled their energies to the maximum, shaking the earth under the intensity of their combined power. In a unified act, the four Saiyans raised their ki to the limit and lunged towards the shadow creature with indomitable resolve. The shadow creature, now in its strengthened form, unleashed a dark energy that enveloped Broly, possessing the mighty Saiyan with a malevolent influence. Broly, his eyes now awash with shadows, stood before the other Saiyans with a menacing presence.
Broly, I won't let you be used as a puppet. We must save him. We won't let this thing manipulate Broly. Come on, guys. Let's protect ourselves and save our friend.
This is getting more complicated than I thought. But no matter, we won't let the darkness win.
The battle began with the Shadow Creature using Broly's immense power against them. The controlled Saiyans' attacks were fierce, with waves of energy and bursts of ki that challenged even the most experienced warriors. The Saiyans dodged and counterattacked, but the Shadow Creature took advantage of Broly's brute strength to counter his moves. "We must weaken it enough to free Broly! Dad, Vegeta, let's follow the plan and attack in unison!" The three Saiyans coordinated, launching a series of swift and powerful attacks. However, the Shadow Creature moved with agility, dodging most of the blows and countering with blows of its own. Broly, under the influence of the Dark Possession, was showing superhuman endurance. "It's not enough! Broly, fight against this influence!"
We must force him to break free. We're gonna give it our all.
In a moment of desperation, the Saiyans decided to raise their powers to the maximum. Goku transformed into Super Saiyan second stage, Gohan advanced his mystical form, and Vegeta unleashed his own power into Super Saiyan second stage. The three Saiyans surrounded Broly, launching a combination of flurry of powerful attacks. "Broly, resist! Don't let their darkness consume you!" The Shadow Creature, feeling the combined presence of the three Saiyan warriors, showed signs of weakness. However, in a desperate act, the dark energy intensified its hold on Broly, raising its power even higher, unleashing unbridled fury. "We can't give up! We're going to free Broly, whatever it takes!" The battle reached its climax as the three Saiyan warriors, Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta, clashed against the Shadow Creature possessing Broly. The unleashed energy created a spectacle of flashes, explosions, and shockwaves that shook the battlefield. Goku, with his power as a Super Saiyan, moved with astonishing speed, launched energy blasts and accurate punches at the Shadow Creature. Gohan, in his mystical form, unleashed a combination of fast attacks and advanced techniques, seeking to weaken the Dark Possession that controlled Broly. Vegeta, in his Super Saiyan second phase form, displayed titanic power, coordinating his attacks with calculated precision. "Broly, listen to my voice! Don't be consumed by this darkness!" The Shadow Creature, however, resisted tenaciously, harnessing Broly's brute strength and ferocity to counter the Saiyans' attacks. Broly, under the Dark Possession, responded with unstoppable strength, his attacks more intense and uncontrolled. "We need to weaken that possession! Come on, guys, keep up the pressure!"
This dark power won't last forever. We must resist.
The battle grew more frantic. With each passing moment, the Shadow Creature, sensing the threat of the Saiyans, intensified its hold on Broly, fusing its dark energy with the brute strength of the legendary Saiyan. "We can't back down now! Broly's our friend, and we won't let this darkness control him!" In a moment of perfect synchronization, the three Saiyans focused their energies into a coordinated attack. Goku launched a Kamehameha, Gohan unleashed a Masenko, and Vegeta fired a final flash, all aimed at the Shadow Creature. The resulting explosion illuminated the battlefield, creating an energy storm. However, when the light faded, the Shadow Creature and Broly still stood, visibly weakened but far from defeated. "It's not enough! We must find a way to free Broly from this possession!" At that moment, the Shadow Creature, taking advantage of the Saiyans' momentary weakness, launched a surprise attack, sending Goku and Gohan to the ground. Vegeta, with his rage in his eyes, stood up determined.
Enough's enough! We won't let this thing continue to manipulate Broly.
Vegeta concentrated his ki to the maximum, unleashing a new transformation. His intense blue aura transformed into an even brighter and more powerful hue.
Super Saiyan Blue!
The atmosphere itself seemed to tremble at the magnitude of the transformation. Vegeta, now in his evolved form, launched himself towards the Shadow Creature with renewed speed and power. Vegeta's transformation in Super Saiyan Blue Evolved caused a dramatic change in the intensity of the battle. His bright blue aura flashed with overwhelming energy as he charged towards the shadowy creature and Broly, who was still under his influence.
It's time to put an end to this. Broly, I'll fight to free you from this darkness.
The Shadow Creature, sensing the threat posed by Super Saiyan Blue, adopted a defensive stance. On the other hand, Broly, his eyes still darkened, prepared to face Vegeta. Vegeta unleashed a flurry of quick and precise attacks, combining punches and kicks with astonishing speed. Each move was charged with the strength of the new form, and the Shadow Creature was forced to retreat in the face of Vegeta's fury.
Broly, regain control. I'll not allow this darkness to consume you.
Broly, under the influence of the Dark Possession, responded with impressive stamina. His attacks were brutal and uncontrolled, but Vegeta moved with a dexterity that defied expectations.
I need to find an opening in this possession.
In an act of bravery, Vegeta launched himself directly towards Broly. Their fists collided forcefully, and Vegeta, using all his skill, made precise strikes that temporarily weakened the dark influence.
Broly, fight this! You're stronger than this darkness!
The shadowy creature, seeing Vegeta's resistance, increased his energy and fused even more with Broly. Now the dark influence was more entrenched than ever, and Broly unleashed an explosion of wild power.
You can't stop me, Saiyan Prince!
Vegeta, not backing down, continued to engage Broly. The battle reached new heights as both warriors unleashed their most powerful attacks. Vegeta launched a Big Bang attack while Broly responded with a gigantic charge of dark energy. The collision of energies generated a huge explosion that blanketed the area. After the dust settled, Vegeta lay on the ground, clearly exhausted but not giving up.
I can't lose. My determination's stronger than your darkness.
The battle between Vegeta and Broly, who was possessed by the shadow creature, reached a critical point. The overflowing energy of the confrontation was spreading across the battlefield, distorting the air and creating palpable tension. At that crucial moment, Goku found himself regaining consciousness, stood up, and immediately went to Saiyan's Prince's side.
Vegeta, let's go! Let's give it all we've got!
Goku's transformation into Super Saiyan Phase 2 and joined the fray. The shadow creature, seeing the arrival of another Saiyan warrior, prepared to face the new threat.
Kakarot, you're just in time. This thing has gotten stronger with Broly.
We'll face it together! Broly, we won't let this darkness control you!
The three Saiyans stood in formation, ready to deal with the shadow creature fused with Broly. The intensity of the conflict increased even more, with flashes of energy and clashes of fists echoing throughout the battlefield.
Come on, Kakarot, let's attack in unison and free Broly.
I got it, Vegeta! Together, we'll free him!
The Saiyans coordinated their attacks, launching a combined blast towards the shadow creature. Despite their efforts, Broly's dark possession was still resisting, fueled by the brute strength of the legendary Saiyan. Broly, under the influence of the shadow creature, unleashed an uncontrolled fury. His attacks were unpredictable and devastating, putting the Saiyans on the defensive. Goku, Vegeta, and the shadow creature continued to exchange energy blasts and powerful blows.
Vegeta, we must break that possession! We can't let Broly fall into darkness!
Roger that, Kakarot. Let's keep attacking together.
Amidst the chaos of the battlefield, the fiery aura of the Saiyans lit up the sky, a visual manifestation of their mammoth power. Goku and Vegeta, feeling the weight of the battle, decided to take it a step further. They joined their energies in a symphony of power, a final bid to tear apart the shadows enveloping the evil presence. The shadow creature on the brink of the abyss responded with desperation. It raised its own power, and the darkness churned with intensity as it struggled to resist the combined onslaught of the Saiyans. The clash of energies created a cataclysm of flashes and booms, shaking the battlefield to its core. At that critical moment, the energy explosion was unleashed with dazzling magnificence. The earth shook, and the shockwaves swept across the landscape, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, enveloped in the blanket of the explosion, were momentarily eclipsed by the blinding light and dancing shadow. When the shimmering luminosity faded, the Saiyans found themselves faced with a new scenario. On the ground lay Broly, his figure shrouded in a residual haze of the contest. The dark aura that had consumed him had finally dissipated. Stillness reigned on the battlefield. As the warriors approached with worried looks, the formidable warrior who now resisted, his power darkened, finally silenced.
We did it, Vegeta! Broly's free!
Yes, but this shadow creature's still a problem. We can't let our guard down.
Vegeta nodded grimly as they watched Broly, who lay on the ground, slowly recovering from the intense battle. However, at that moment of apparent calm, the shadow creature, cunning and unnoticed, had left Broly's possession to seek a new host. The dark entity swiftly swept into the shadows, unnoticed by the Saiyans, who still assessing their companion's condition. Silently, the shadow creature crept towards Gohan, who had been watching the battle from a distance. Gohan, oblivious to the threat looming over him, felt a shiver run down his spine, just as the shadow creature enveloped him with its dark presence. A momentary flash of its eyes indicated that something was terribly wrong. At that instant, Gohan, with a sudden alteration in his expression, went on guard without warning. His gaze, now posed by the shadow creature, glowed with a malevolence that contrasted with his gentle nature. Goku, noticing the sudden tension, turned towards Gohan, but before he could react, Gohan, under the influence of the shadow creature, moved with supernatural speed. The confrontation with Broly had left the Saiyans exhausted, and the shadow creature, seizing the opportunity, vanished into the darkness along with Gohan. Vegeta, realizing the situation, gritted his teeth in fury. The threat persisted, and now Gohan, a valuable ally, was in the hands of the shadows. Goku and Vegeta, despite their exhaustion, prepared for a new confrontation, aware that the battle had not yet come to an end. The tension in the air was palpable, as Goku and Vegeta, still worried about Broly, with determination, turned towards the place where the dark entity had vanished.
Damn it! Where'd that thing go?
I don't know, Vegeta, but we must find it before it hurts Gohan. The two Saiyans, quick as the wind, rushed towards where Gohan had been standing, their senses alert. The shadow creature, now inside Gohan, emerged from the shadows with a sinister laugh.
Looks like they're not as cunning as they thought. Now I have a new toy for my plans. Get out of Gohan, you damn creature!
I'll not allow you to possess my son!
Ha! You think you could stop me? My power possesses even more of your combined forces. Do not underestimate the Saiyans. We have overcome greater challenges than you.
Leave Gohan and face your fate, creature. You'll not be victorious. The shadow creature, now in control of Gohan, smiled malevolently before responding.
We'll see how long you can resist. Gohan is now an instrument of my will.
The shadow creature possessing Gohan unleashed a burst of dark energy that distorted the surrounding space. Goku and Vegeta suddenly found themselves during a chaotic confrontation, with Gohan now transformed into an instrument of the malevolent entity. The waves of energy radiating from Gohan's possessed figure created an ominous aura that filled the battlefield, defying the Saiyans' endurance and determination. The Saiyans, in their Super Saiyan Blue form, prepared for the impending clash. The shadow creature, using Gohan's body, moved with supernatural agility, dodging the Saiyans' first attacks with grace and malice. Gohan, his eyes now filled with darkness, lunged at Goku with astonishing speed. Goku blocked Gohan's first few blows with difficulty, feeling the enhanced strength and speed of his new controlled son. The fight was intense, each move charged with power and ferocity. Meanwhile, Vegeta positioned himself strategically, assessing the situation, looking for an opening to attack. The shadow creature, through Gohan, unleashed a flurry of attack, which devastating blows that kept Goku on the defensive. However, Goku's ability to adapt quickly to the battle allowed him to counter the attacks and counterattack with his own overwhelming power. Vegeta, sensing an opportunity, lunged at the shadow creature from an unexpected angle. However, the dark entity had sharp reflexes and deflected Vegeta's attack with ease, throwing Gohan against Goku as a distraction. The shadow creature's strategy paid off, as it took advantage of the distraction to hit Vegeta with a beam of dark energy. Vegeta, although he resisted the impact, was momentarily weakened. The entity, now with a malevolent smile, turned to him.
Damn it! This isn't over, shadow creature.
Goku, reacting quickly, stepped between the shadow creature and Vegeta. Vegeta, hold on! We can't let this thing divide us! The shadow creature, enjoying the chaos it had sown, released a dark aura that enveloped both Saiyans. The dark energy sought to confuse and weaken their senses. However, the Saiyans' instinctive connection to Ki enabled them to resist the dark influence. The battle raged in a frenzy of clashing colors and energies. Gohan, controlled by the shadow creature, moved with a mixture of speed and agility that defied the laws of physics. Goku and Vegeta, each focusing on their own battlefront, were trying to coordinate their attacks to free Gohan from the dark possession. Gohan, fight this darkness! You're stronger than this! Gohan, though showing flashes of resistance, was caught in an internal struggle between his will and the shadow creature's control. The battle grew more challenging. With each passing second, the shadow creature reveled in its ability to manipulate and corrupt one of Earth's mightiest warriors. Vegeta, recovering from the earlier onslaught, threw himself back into the fray. The shadow creature, however, anticipated his attack and gracefully dodged Vegeta's attempts to strike it. The dark entity counterattacked with a series of precise blows that forced Vegeta to retreat.
You damn shadow, don't underestimate the Prince of the Saiyans.
Goku, seeing his partner's difficulty, raised his power to the maximum. Dazzling energy emanated from his Super Saiyan Blue form as he prepared for a concentrated attack. The shadow creature, noticing the glowing threat, diverted its attention to Goku.
Vegeta, keep up the pressure. I'm gonna concentrate my energy to free Gohan.
Vegeta nodded and increased his offensive, distracting the shadow creature as Goku concentrated his power. The fight reached a new level of intensity, with each move echoing across the vast battlefield. The energy collided, creating shockwaves that distorted reality itself. Goku, eyes glowing with determination, unleashed his most powerful attack. A sphere of glowing blue energy formed in his outstretched hands. Charged with the combined strength of the Saiyans, the spear grew in size and the power as Goku had held it in place.
It's time to free Gohan!
The shadow creature, realizing the threat, moved quickly to stop Goku's attack. Vegeta, taking advantage of the distraction, lunged with renewed fury, looking for an opening to attack. The battle reached its climax when Goku released the energy sphere, ascending it directly towards the shadow creature. The energy sphere burst into a dazzling flash, illuminating the battlefield with intense light. Shockwaves swept through the darkness as Goku's purifying energy sought to free Gohan from the shadow creature's possession. However, as the light faded and the earth stopped shaking, the shadow creature emerged seemingly unharmed. The dark entity, now irritated, turned to the Saiyans with a twisted laugh.
Is that all you can do? My power is unbreakable.
Goku and Vegeta, despite their exhaustion, prepared for the next assault. The battle, far from ending, dragged on into confrontation of epic proportions. Darkness and light collided in an endless clash, with the will of the Saiyans resisting against the entity that threatened to plunge them into the shadows. The dark creature, after resisting Goku's powerful attack, showed a malicious smile. A dark glow enveloped Gohan, and his body began to tremble with intensity. A guttural scream echoed through the air as the dark entity forced a unique transformation on the Saiyan warrior. Gohan, under the shadow creature's influence, contorted and his body was enveloped in a dark, feral energy. The earth trembled with the intensity of the transformation, and Gohan's figure began to change. Defined musculature, red eyes, a wild gaze, long gray hair, and emerging in the new form, Gohan Dark Beast. Vegeta and Goku, shocked by the unexpected evolution, instinctively recoiled from the overwhelming presence of Dark Gohan Beast. The shadow creature had accomplished what it could not do with Broly, unleash a unique and uncontrolled transformation on Gohan. Dark Beast Gohan, now freed from any hint of rationality, roared skyward, emitting an overwhelming energy that shook the battlefield. His eyes glowed with an animalistic intensity, and his posture indicated that human control was suppressed.
This can't be happening. What did that thing do? The shadow creature managed to unlock something inside Gohan. This won't be easy.
The shadow creature, pleased with the success of its manipulation, watched the scene with satisfaction.
Now, witness my true power, the Saiyan Beast Warrior. How do you plan to stop him?
Dark Beast Gohan let out a deafening roar and lunged towards Vegeta with impressive speed. Dark Beast Gohan's attacks were ferociously savage, his brute strength and speed surpassing even Broly's most rampaging transformation. Vegeta, using his speed and agility, dodged Dark Beast Gohan's first attacks. However, the Saiyan Beast Warrior's ferocity was unpredictable, and Vegeta was forced to deploy all his skill to stay out of range of the devastating attacks. Goku, assessing the situation, transformed into Super Saiyan Blue and rushed to Vegeta's aid. The two Saiyans fought in tactical coordination, looking to open an opportunity to counter Gohan's savage new form. The battle became a whirlwind of energy, with explosions and crashes echoing across the battlefield. The shadow creature in the shadows continued to manipulate and fuel Dark Beast Gohan's fury. The Saiyan strategy was becoming more and more challenging as Dark Beast Gohan seemed to be one step ahead, anticipating their moves.
Damn it! Gohan Beast is too unpredictable. We must find a way to free Gohan from this transformation. We can't let the shadow control his true power.
As the Saiyans faced Gohan Beast's fury, the shadow creature watched from the shadows, enjoying the chaos he had unleashed. The situation was becoming more critical with each passing moment, and the Saiyans' endurance was being tested in the face of Beast Gohan's uncontrollable fury. The battle raged on in a titanic struggle between light and darkness, with the hope of freeing Gohan from the influence of the shadow creature hanging in delicate balance. The Saiyans, determined to overcome this challenge, faced an enemy that had managed to unleash an even greater internal threat than before. While the intense battle raged on the battlefield, Piccolo, the Namekian sage, was immersed in his mental training somewhere secluded. His concentration was so deep that he could feel an abrupt shift in ki, a disturbance that reverberated through space and time. A shiver ran down his back, indicating the gravity of the situation.
Something's not right.
The Namekian instantly stood up, his cloak billowing as he focused on the direction of the glowing chaos. The power he felt was not just brute force. It was an amalgam of dark energies that seemed to defy the very essence of reality. Wasting no time, Piccolo prepared to approach this side of the conflict. Back on the battlefield, Goku and Vegeta fought valiantly against Dark Beast Gohan, who moved with uncontrollable ferocity under the influence of the shadow creature. The dark entity, sensing Piccolo's arrival, smirked.
Looks like we have a new guest. This just gets more interesting.
Goku and Vegeta focused on Gohan Beast, noticing Piccolo's presence as he appeared on the battlefield with a serenity that contrasted with the surrounding chaos.
What happened here? What have you done with Gohan?
That shadow thing possessed Gohan and transformed it into a wild beast.
We can't free Gohan this way! The shadow creature manipulates his power in unimaginable ways. Dark Beast Gohan, noticing Piccolo's arrival, turned to him with wild eyes. The shadow creature, enjoying the chaos, prepared for the next act of this heartbreaking play.
Welcome, Piccolo. You're just in time to witness the inevitable downfall of these Saiyans.
Don't underestimate the Saiyans or my determination. I'm here to free Gohan.
The Namekian braced himself for the confrontation, deploying his ki with an intensity that made it clear he would not be a mere spectator in this battle. Dark Beast Gohan, fueled by the shadowy influence, roared and lunged towards Piccolo with a speed that defied all logic. The battle became even more chaotic with Piccolo's entrance. His movements were precise and calculated, contrasting with the wild ferocity of Dark Beast Gohan. Goku and Vegeta, aware of Piccolo's strategic skill, adjusted their approach to coordinate their attacks with the Namekian. Meanwhile, the shadow creature watched the battle with a Machiavellian smile, enjoying the confrontation between the forces of light and shadow. The dark entity was determined to prove that its influence was insurmountable. The fight unfolded in a whirlwind of colliding energies, with Piccolo demonstrating his tactical and strategic prowess. Dark Beast Gohan, however, remained a formidable challenge, his erratic movements and uncontrolled strength testing the tenacity of the warriors on the battlefield.
Goku, Vegeta, we need to plan to break the connection between Gohan and that shadow creature.
You're right, Piccolo. We need to attack from different fronts and destabilize that connection.
I'll take care of keeping Beast Gohan busy. Kakarot, you use the connection you have with your son to try to isolate the shadow creature.
Goku and Vegeta, coordinating their efforts with Piccolo's strategic expertise, went on the assault. Piccolo used his wisdom to be able to devise a way to get Dark Beast Gohan out of said possession, while Vegeta unleashed his fury with calculated attacks to keep the beast at bay. As the battle continued, the shadow creature began to feel the pressure of the combined strategy of the Saiyans and Piccolo. The connection between Gohan and the dark entity was under threat, and the shadow creature, despite its confidence, was beginning to show signs of concern. The battle was far from over, but the warriors' resilience was growing stronger in the face of the adversity that loomed over them. As Piccolo continued his mental struggle to free Gohan from the shadow creature's possession, his Namekian senses sharpened. Keen perception led him to identify a small shadow leech clinging to Dark Beast Gohan's lower neck, a detail that had not been evident in Broly's previous possession due to his long hair covering that region.
That's it. The key in this little shadow leech on his neck. We must eliminate it to free Gohan.
Piccolo's revelation attracted the attention of Vegeta and Goku on the physical battlefield. Vegeta, upon hearing this, turned his gaze to the back of Gohan Beast's dark neck and noticed the presence of the Shadow Leech.
A Shadow Leech? That explains why we couldn't free Broly this way.
How do we eliminate it without harming Gohan? As Piccolo struggled to maintain his mental connection, he analyzed this situation and came up with a strategy.
If we attack the Shadow Leech directly, we might harm Gohan in the process. We need a precise way to eliminate it without endangering his life.
So what's the plan, Piccolo?
Goku, you've mastered Ultra Instinct, but you can only maintain it for a few seconds. We need to take advantage of those brief moments to distract Dark Beast Gohan and allow you to get close enough to destroy the Shadow Leech.
Understood, Piccolo. I'll do my best.
But how do we make sure Beast Gohan doesn't attack while Kakarot's approaching? That's the tricky part. We need to keep Gohan busy and distracted. Vegeta, your attacks must be precise and constant, keeping his attention on you.
I will. But Kakarot, don't make me regret this.
The battle resumed with renowned intensity. Vegeta went on the offensive, attacking Gohan Dark Beast with a series of swift and powerful blows. Gohan responded with ferocity, but Vegeta maintained agile, dodging his attacks while keeping the savage Saiyan warrior's attention. At that moment, Goku concentrated, channeling Ultra Instinct. An aura of flickering energy surrounded him as he activated the powerful transformation. His speed increased exponentially, allowing him to easily dodge Dark Beast Gohan's attacks.
Now, Goku, now's your chance.
Goku in his Ultra Instinct state moved with superhuman speed towards Gohan's rear. The shadow creature, still focused on the fierce confrontation with Vegeta, did not notice Goku's approach. This is my chance to end this! With pinpoint accuracy, Goku reached out his hand and touched the small shadow leech on Gohan's neck. The leech, upon being touched by the Ultra Instinct energy, began to fade, emitting a dark screech before dissolving completely. Dark Beast Gohan, losing connection with the Shadow Leech, shook violently, as if releasing himself from a trance. Vegeta, noticing the change, cautiously stepped back as Goku returned to his normal state. What happened?
Kakarot seems to have found a way to free you from that thing.
It was risky, but it worked.
Well done, Goku, but don't let your guard down. This shadow creature might have more tricks up its sleeve.
The immediate threat had been neutralized. The shadow creature, watching from the shadows, moving away unnoticed by the Saiyan warriors, was not about to give up. So the shadow creature set out to return to its master.
Well, guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now, don't forget to leave your powerful like, Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now, without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.